Kuntschner. He will now talk about ERIS, a new instrument on the VLT.
I will try to share my talk. What do I select here? Window, I guess.
Yeah, that's usually a good.
Can you see something?
It's coming, yes. Can you try to go full screen?
Yes, I will do that.
Yes, it works great. Thanks.
So I will tell you about ERIS, a new instrument at UT4. And some people may know the instrument from the past. If you know Symphony, it was recycled. But before I tell you about the instrument was built at MPE. The PI is Richard Davis in collaboration with institutes from INAF, Italy, UK ATC, Leiden, and Zurich. So what is ERIS? ERIS is mounted on UT4, the telescope with the lasers and the deformable secondary, which we need for the AO. It recycles Symphony as it was in the past. However, it has new gratings and it also has a high resolution grating. I will come back to this later. We also added a camera to the instrument. It's kind of replacing NACO. If you're older, then maybe you remember NACO, but this time it's a 2x2K imager. It also has modes of SAM, APP, FPC, and LSS. I will explain this in a second. Of course, together we have an AO system using one laser. So one of the 4 lasers delivering high scale. Here's an image on the left. So you see basically Symphony reappearing, and in the top left, you see a blue cylinder. This is the next camera, the new part of the instrument. On the right, you see an image from the telescope, how it looks there at the moment. What we offer at the moment in P111 is that we offer AO in National Guide Star mode, so you select the star, and LGS mode, which is using one laser, one of the 4. I'm afraid Seeing Enhancer is not this semester offered. In SPIFIA, this is the IFU, the integral field unit. We offer all gratings and all plate scales. Basically, what you know from the past from Symphony. The imager has 2 scales, 30 mass and 27 mass scale in all filters. If you go to the web pages, you see detailed information on that. They're actually quite good. We have also the NIX APP. APP stands for Operating Faceplate. Is a chronographic modes for the planet filters, but we also only offer this in narrowband K and L-band filters and pupil tracking, obviously. NIX has fast and slow modes, so you can use a normal readout mode, but you also could use a fast readout mode if this is not the right thing for you. I'm afraid only sidereal targets are on offer right now. Now, what you see here is a bit of an evolution. In P112 and P113, we will deliver other modes of the instruments. Don't care too much about the detail, but we extend the magnitude range for NGS and LGS. We will have the Seeing Enhancer mode and windowing on the NIX chips. In 113, for the planet hunters among you, we have a chronographic mode. We also have a long slot mode in the camera, which is a bit funny, but is quite nice, and pupil tracking for the imaging and IFS. Here's a special plot. I want to advertise that we are, if you remember the old Symphony, it had a very bad LSF, line spread function. You see this on the right. The bumpy figures, they are actually telling you how bad it was. Now on the left part, you see various modes of the instrument, how the LSF is looking now. This was one of the main reasons why we bought new gratings. The LSF is perfect. However, we are undersampled. So we have only 1.5, 1.6 pixels per full width half max. So note if you're using that mode. Another kind of bad information is that the NICS chip has many bad pixels. You see them here in red color. This was the only chip available which we could buy from Teledyne, but it's not too bad because what I'm showing now, yes, this is a galactic center stacked image in L-band. So using that chip with the bad pixels. And if you do the windowing and not windowing, the dithering strategy correctly, then you can get rid of the bad pixels. On SPIFFIA, we only have this one small, very small spot, which you can see in the right figure. Now we're coming to the AAO here. What I show on the left are simulations. In blue and red, the NGS natural guide star mode and the laser guide star mode in red. And you see, of course, the TLRs are below those lines. These are the specs, what ESA said many, many years ago. And on the right, you see what kind of magnitudes are available in which mode, and also what kind of scale ratios you can expect. Scale is in very short terms, is a matter of how sharp the image becomes. Now here are plots actually and data from the commissioning. Hence the plot is a bit is not polished, but you see in green big stars the kind of TLRs. So what was the spec for MESA? And of course, what we measure is above that. So this is a plot of scale ratio, the sharpness of the image as a function of magnitude. And you see it's going quite well. This, what I'm showing here is the natural guide star mode, and then the next image is the laser guide star mode. The laser guide star mode, of course, doesn't go as high as the natural guide star mode. Remember, if I go back on the left side, if you concentrate, it goes up to 18-90%, which is almost full correction. And here we go for the laser guide star up to, let's say, 60-70%. Here's an advertisement how this looks like. In the end, we did quite a large mosaic in commissioning. You see the mosaic on the right upper corner here. You see there are many fields combined, and it actually looks quite nice and it's quite sharp. Of course, it took a long time up to get to this point. One mode I would like to emphasize is the APP mode. This is a mode for the plant filters. It's commissioned and works quite well. And you see two half circles, the dark circles where you can find or should find plants if you set up this correctly. But I guess only specialists of you will use that mode. One thing which is new for this instrument, infrared detectors have the nasty feature of persistence. They remember previous exposures in some way or the other. Particularly, this is the case for SPIFFIA, and we plan to treat this, basically offer to the user a correction image, but it's up to the user to apply or not apply that image. And for SPIFFIA, that will be done. So when the semester starts in April, you will get those files free of use for MESA. Of course, I should say we will release pipelines on the 15th of March, so in a few days. And they're both available for SPIFFIA, based on the old SPIFFIA pipelines, and NICS, the imaging part. Also, of course, quality control is proceeding. We're doing this right now, and persistence images. I would like to conclude that ERIS is ready for P111, and the remaining modes will come in the next semesters. Thank you.